here at Mark Oliphant Conservation Park. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of the world, and I've been pushing myself pretty hard. It's the end of term reports and assessments, and I haven't been listening to my body or getting out into the wild, and I'm feeling the worse for wear. So it's nice to come back to the wild and back to listening to myself, and it's making me think that might have a bit of a focus this month on the Living Wild project on honouring, on how important it is to honour the wildness in us, and to honour the wildness around us. It's got me wondering how, in those really busy, crazy times where we feel like we just have to force and get ourselves through, how we might be able to just force ourselves to, or allow ourselves the time to have a break and recharge the way our body really wants to be recharged, rather than throwing chocolate biscuits and what have you down our throats. Feel a bit emotional. It's a bit of a pattern for me, though, having those times where I switch off and don't connect and don't listen to what I really need, and then when I do, it's really complicated, but it just feels like it's like an authentic being, a connection, honoring's the word that keeps coming back to me, so I'll stick with that. And honouring. Remember the first time I had this sensation, I'd had a period in my life where I was feeling really, really flat and not looking after myself, and I had went for a walk in Belair and was just following my intuition, just following my nose, zigged and zagged, and ended up coming up to the top of a hill where four different paths met, and the sun was shining, and just had this real strange sense of rightness about that particular place that I'd found myself. And then the sun, I shut my eyes and the sun shining on me, and I just had this overwhelming sense of grief that I hadn't allowed myself this gift of this wonderful wildness. I didn't think of it in terms of wildness, but this gift of being in nature and just being, not feeling bad about anything or feeling guilty or worried or stressed that something hasn't happened, just being fully myself, fully in the moment, in nature, just feeling. And I bawled my eyes out, cried for ages. And I think it was the grief that I don't do this more often. So that's the theme. Honour. Get out into your special place. Honour yourself. Honour the natural world. And if you've got anything you'd like to throw in on this conversation, any poetry, stories, even photos of yourself getting out there on it, not of yourself, but of things you see when you get out, honouring nature. Or if you want to send a photo of yourself in, great. um, Good luck with honouring yourself this month. Cheers.